Here I am. Here I am. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It's good to see you guys. It is the 9th. I don't know why I have it on the 8th on my little cue box over here, but it is certainly May the 9th. We're that much closer to summer, that much closer to, and everybody that's on the East Coast or the Midwest or whatever, who doesn't live in Florida or California or in one of the places like Texas that has the ocean, we are going to be excited that we can get our feet back into the sand or the water or whatever. I'm excited anyway. I hope everyone else is excited. But I'm counting down the days to summer. I should have a little clock going behind me. But they filled the pool, so I was like, oh yeah, that's a plus sign. That's a plus sign. Let me check my mic. Okay, we're good there. But welcome in, everybody. It feels like it's been a while since I've seen you. It's only been a day or two, but it seems like it's been a while. But welcome in. I do have my dogs. I don't know why this dog is laying on the floor. She's not laying on this bed, but I can hear her little claws like clicking. And then you got this one over here. She's just sleeping away. So, the help always sleeps. But my cat my Tessie, she's just like, doesn't care about the camera anymore. So she didn't come in. But welcome in. Happy Mother's Day. I do have a banner, actually. Happy Mother's Day weekend to the mothers, just in case I don't see you tomorrow, You never know. I might not, I might not have a chat or whatever. You might not be able to come into chat. If you're doing something special, or if somebody has already done something special for you for Mother's Day, put it in the chat. I'd love to know. I love to know those things. The lady at Target said, Happy Mother's Day to me today. And I was like, well, thank you. Because I am a mother. I've got 4 kids over here. And I was on the phone with Vincent on the way home, and I was like, just because I didn't birth them, I was like, I love them. I would take a bullet for any of these animals. No questions asked. I'd die for them. I love them all. They're all my babies now, even little Tessie, special little Tessie. Hey, princess, were you here first? Look at that. Look at that. Number 1. Hey, Ladybug. Tracy, I saw your message. And I meant to write you back, and I was like, shit. As soon as I saw what you were talking about, the Anna Kempner thing, I didn't have a chance to look at that for some reason. I saw your I had my phone in my hand or something, and I saw the message come through, and I think I was working out or I was doing something, running errands. I was like, look at that message, and then I didn't look at it. I'm never on Instagram. I'm going to be better about that. Actually, I posted the other day actually twice. So I was like, look at me go, look at me go. But yes, I don't know. It's funny and not funny. This isn't funny. This is ironic funny, irony that people thought her mom was the problem. I mean, she wasn't in her life and stuff, and that was a problem. But, it's kind of like, what the hell is her dad thinking? Is he thinking I hate to say it, but is he thinking with his, what? Because he ain't thinking with his brain. I think he's thinking about his wife and staying with her. I could never. I know it's off topic, but I could never. Let me know in the chat if you guys could. We're talking about the Anna Kempner case. If your child, let's say that you were married and your child was on trial or about to be on trial for the murder of the spouse's child. So let's say me and Vincent are married, and he's a kid and I have a kid. My kid kills his kid. Would you be able to stay together through that? Or would that be something that would kind of break you up? Because every time you kind of looked at them, you would think about it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think, that would take the Lord's hands himself. Hey, Cuffy, welcome in. It's good to see you. Oh, it was so brutal. We went through this whole case. We went through a lot of the documents. If you're not familiar with Veronica and Jilian's case, I'm going to get you guys caught up tonight, but we really hit this case hard. Then all of a sudden it went to court, and I wasn't good at looking up legal documents at the time, apparently, because I found them tonight. Look at that. But I was looking on a Facebook site to get the documents and stuff, because I don't know why I didn't do a FOIA. I thought that for some reason I was thinking you had to live in Oklahoma or in that specific county to get those documents. I think that was my impression or something. And I don't know how I was got that impression, but I did. So I didn't even try to do a FOIA, but you don't really need to. You pay for them online. So we will end up looking through those whenever we'll get to that, because we're gonna watch actually a documentary tonight. It was really good, and I was like, wow, like it goes over the case. I've been liking these like CW little documentaries that they've been doing. They covered the Idaho 4, and they were covering it and they were supposed to do it like weekly, and then they just stopped. I don't know. I mean, before he was even sentenced. So, and welcome in. Did I say hi to Crystal? Hello, Crystal again. I don't know if I said hi yet. Hey, Ranger. Do you have any plans to interview the film director William Shatner? What about making the Star Trek series and movies, and also TJ Hooker in the 80s and being the oldest man in space? Well, if William Shatner would come on my podcast or my channel here, heck yeah. Oh, that would be a yeah. We're talking about like William Shatner, right? Because if you know him, drop my name. I might be a little nervous, but I do it. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Dragon hit by an ambulance for 2. Did he live? He was dragged by an ambulance for 2 months. I mean, I know that it ripped his arm off. I don't think you can live after that, can you? No. Ugh. So it did and it didn't. So a couple of the God's misfits have, they went ahead and they pled out. They were, we're going to go ahead and take our punishment. But the other, there's 3 that have, and then there's 2 that haven't, which I don't know if you guys remember the Whites in this case. They were the couple, it was like Corey, I forget this. I'll have to look it up. Because they're like kind of like in the background, but I thought they were just as guilty, in my opinion, because they watched those kids and they knew damn well that Tiffany, always took those kids to see their mom on the weekends. And so like, wouldn't they ask like, why are you not picking them up till noon? Like they should be with their mom. I don't know. But we're going to talk about, if you guys are not familiar with this case and you're just coming in, let me introduce myself. My name is Tanya, and this is Titanium Built. We do talk true crime on this channel. We talk about all the things. We go through court documents. We go to court trials whenever we're able to. We do timelines. We do all the things. So if that's something that you're interested in and you like to hear those things, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. But we're going to cover, this is really a disturbing case. It's very heartbreaking when you think about what happened to these women, and they had children. Veronica had 2 and Jilian had 4, and she was a preacher's wife. So what began as like a simple pickup for 2 young children, Veronica's young children, turned into a carefully planned ambush. I mean, this was pretty carefully planned. They didn't know what they were doing. According to investigators, this wasn't random, which we know. Prosecutors say that this was a conspiracy involving multiple people. That's 5. Fueled by an ugly custody battle and extreme religious beliefs. So basically, who the women are. So we have Veronica Butler. She was the mother of the 2 children that they were going to pick up. She had been fighting for custody and visitation for years with her ex, who is Tiffany Adams, which was the suspect in this case, her son. Jilian was the court-appointed supervisor that was going with Veronica to make sure, the visits just went okay. And that was a last-minute change done by Tiffany because she didn't want her custody person that she would, have go. Like if it was Veronica's turn to have the kids or whatever, it was like Veronica would have to pay the supervisor, and then if they were switching or something and Tiffany had had the kids or something, she would have to pay for the supervisor. So that's how, Jilian even came into the picture, or it would have been this other lady. was only there really to help. And then she ended up becoming, you know, a victim herself in all of this. So Veronica, like I said, she was in a lengthy custody battle, and it was with Wrangler Rick Rickman, whatever his name is, the son of Tiffany Adams. But Tiffany and her husband had significant, or let's say her boyfriend, influence over the children, and were deeply opposed to Veronica even having any access to them. Like they didn't even want her to have, you know, visitation. They wanted full custody, full control of those two kids. And if they would have gotten it and they would have went on their merry way, I don't know what they would have done with those kids. The hell they would have been through, right? So she, you know, was on this divine mission, Tiffany. And on March 30th, 2024, that was the day that they vanished. So basically on March 30th, they go from Kansas to Oklahoma, in the Panhandle for a supervised visitation, like a child pickup. They were picking up the children. They were just supposed to switch cars. The women never returned. So I believe it was Jilian's husband, and he went out looking for them. So their vehicle was later found abandoned near the Texas County and Beaver County line. And the scene immediately raised red flags everywhere, like just everywhere. Okay. I was just looking at the chat. Yeah, really? Yeah. Yeah, everything's slowed down in this case. And we're gonna watch this whole thing. This documentary it'll get us all cut up too. So when investigators get there, right, they find signs of violence, including blood. But the blood evidence was like covered up with like cat litter and dirt and stuff like that. But they found glasses in the road. They found Jillian's purse. It had a gun magazine in it, but the gun was missing. Or that might have been vice versa, but I believe it was the gun magazine was in there. So investigators see all of this, right? And they take all of this in, and there's more. There was, you know, more that they saw at the scene. They could tell that it wasn't just like, I mean, you could tell they were abducted and they were seriously injured. So investigators, you know, like shifted this kind of into more of like a homicide investigation pretty quickly on April 14th. So this is 2 weeks after, more than 2 weeks after, the women went missing. So we covered this for like 2 weeks before we even found out where they were. And we before they were found, we did a live, and we had gotten the name Tad Cullum, and we got that picture, and it's super eerie now. And I wish I could find that picture. I've scoured this damn internet. I'll find it one of these days. It's on my live, and it's the field that he rents. And there is a skid steer sitting in the middle of it. And I remember saying like something like, is that a skid steer? And we kind of like were debating in the comments about it. Very weird. But on April 14th, authorities discovered the bodies of Veronica and Jilian. They were buried in a freezer in a pit in rural property in Texas County, Oklahoma. So that's how this case got shifted there. Officials said that both women died from multiple stab wounds. The crime shocked the nation. It really, truly did. Now, I don't know if I was thinking that they would be found like alive. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We really didn't, I feel like. This was very premeditated. The women were allegedly lured to that remote area where several suspects were lying in wait. The evidence included, like Tiffany on the day before Valentine's Day, she's getting burner phones that, just to let y'all know, the cops can trace burner phones now. They're not like so secretive anymore. They can like even use GPS on those. But they did use GPS and location data, surveillance footage. There's actually surveillance of her at a like Tractor Supply kind of place, and she's carrying the yellow ratchet straps that were around the freezer that these women were stuffed in. And the kids actually, Veronica's children, are carrying them because they're with grandma shopping. They think it's fun. It's really sad. So there's a lot of physical evidence from the scene. I mean, they took their clothes off and threw that stuff in there. I mean, they did bury them like 8 to 10 feet, though. Like they buried them deep. But tell me now, okay, if you're in your right mind, if you're in any mind, even if you're not in your right mind, if you're in any mind, right, you're going to think, I'm the grandmother that has problems with her, right? Like, I have problems with her. She's not here. She's missing. They're going to come talk to me. Like, why would you do you just did the mostest. You should have someone else buy them burner phones. You should have put it all on Paul Grice. I mean, you did anyway. So we have Tiffany Adams. Okay, so we have this thing called the God's Misfits. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. And this documentary will do better than me. So Tiffany Adams forms this group. I don't know if I'm pretty sure she was the head of the group. And she is the mastermind of all of this. And she recruits 4 other people to go along with her plan. Not only a couple that's married, her boyfriend, which that would be easier, whatever. But also a guy that has, like, he's married, he's young, and he has children. Like, what? Paul, what were you thinking? Like, I mean, you had the most, I feel like you had the most to lose. So basically, Cole Twombly, Cora Twombly, they're the married couple. They were the ones that redirected the women when they were coming up to pick up the children. They redirected them down this road. And as soon as the women turned off of this side road, just thinking, all these people are helping us. You're out in the middle of rural Oklahoma. They're thinking, oh, they're just helping. And then they see Tiffany Adams, Tad Cullum, and Paul Grice. And I bet you at that point, they knew, like, shit's about to pop off. I mean, I would be terrified at that moment. I would be terrified. If I saw, let me show you real quick. I mean, they'll show a picture of her, but I mean, she's scary looking, like, especially when she's in, and she's in a new jail now. I have to tell you about that. I'll tell you after this. Do we have a picture of all of them? I swear they only have, like, the picture of the ones before Paul Grice. But I mean, yeah, she's a scary looking woman. Okay, let me pull this up. I mean, she looks like she means business. She looks mean, doesn't she? And the thing is, she didn't do anything. She literally laughed. Oh my gosh, that's the worst part. That's I mean, I don't think there can be a worse part in this at all. But if you're Veronica and you're getting stabbed and you're trying to get away, and you're almost doing it, right? And nope, here comes Paul Grice. And then she's just cackling. And Paul even said in his testimony, part of his testimony, I think he has to still, like, do more, though, do, like, some more stuff. I mean, for his, like, plea deal. But he said that she was laughing. It was the most, like, evil laugh he had ever heard. I'm like, well, I think you were doing the most evil deed in the world. But okay, I mean, so that's the ring. Yeah, that's the ringleader. Isn't she cute? And she had a lot to do with the neighborhood, the town. She was, I think, what was she? She was like some sort of city council at some point, I think. Chad Cullum, he doesn't look like he would really be like anybody, but I guess he had like some prestige in the town. Like his name was known. Like they weren't known for being like these God's misfits, right? They were known for like, just being these families. But they met once a week and then they would go over this stuff. Like, what are we going to do? They tried to kill Veronica two other times. They went to her house and they tried to lure her out, and she was like, oh, hell no. Like, she was smart. She knew better. She probably had cameras, like, look at them people. Like, I ain't going out there. And then they were their plan was to do this, get a flatbed truck. So just picture that you're going down a road that's about 55 miles per hour, probably, or more, on a flatbed truck, waiting for their vehicle to approach you, and you're holding an anvil, like the cartoons, and you're going to throw the anvil through the windshield. Like she's going to get close to somebody on the back of a truck with an anvil in the air. That's how these people thought. I mean, I guess that's the best way to describe them. That's how these people thought. Anvil. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to pause here and there for commentary so they don't get me, but I watched like, I don't know, 20 minutes of this right before they got to Jennifer Coffindar, right there. And I was like, okay, we'll watch the rest with you guys. It just came out like a month ago, and I'm playing this and I'm doing this live because there is news coming out. Actually, the DA filed 40 documents. There's a lot of documents going to be coming out. And then also there is a few people that are not going to be, or a couple people that already had a plea deal. So we'll see if they talk about it in here. If they don't, I'll tell you about that.
Hugonon is very rural. We live in the corner of Kansas, which is next to Colorado, Oklahoma, and Texas border.
There's a tradition of the West out there. The citizens themselves have a belief in their own authority.
That panhandle has the moniker no man's land. It's so desolate and things are so very far apart.
I mean, you can see for miles anytime you drive somewhere. We're just a one-stoplight town. Everybody here is so kind, so nice. They're always in your business, but that's the good thing, We're all about helping each other in this community. Veronica Butler was my friend. She was always happy. I am a manicurist, and I've started doing her nails. She was funny. If she's your friend, she's your friend. And if she don't like you, she didn't like you. We were friends, but I felt more like a mama bear, yeah. Friday, I was at the convenience store, and Veronica walked in. She looked beautiful. Her makeup was all on, her hair was down. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you straightened your hair today. She said, tomorrow I pick up the babies. I said, oh, very good. And it was the daughter's birthday, and they were going to celebrate.
Yeah. I meant to tell you that part when I was telling you about the kids going and picking them up. This grandmother that is supposed to love her children or grandchildren, I'm sorry. Or let's say this, she thinks she loves these children more than their own mother. She murders their mother on one of the kids' birthdays. Could you imagine your birthday being spent? Every year you're going to think of that. You're going to think of that. Why did my banner go down? Oh, wait, it didn't. I just need to go up. But yeah, I'm like, I couldn't believe that.
I'm Brian Enton, and I'm the senior national correspondent with News Nation. Every single Saturday, 27-year-old Veronica Butler would travel across state lines from Hugoton, Kansas, over to Oklahoma to pick up her two kids. This is 6 and an 8-year-old. Veronica was locked in a bitter custody battle with the children's father.
Veronica was going to have a birthday party for one of the children. She did not have custody of her kids. She actually hadn't seen them in a few weeks because her visitation kept getting canceled.
Okay. Every comment I put in here, it freaking has, I wish I could show you these. It's rejected it. My first comment was about the town. I said, it is beautiful. I could live there if there was a random Target. Okay, I can see that being bad. I put, it's beautiful. Rejected. It's beautiful there. Rejected. And then I put, oh, I like the picture, and that went through. And then I put, I could live there, just give me a Target. I wanted to see why I was doing that. But then I put, yeah, they thought she would be their alibi. Speaking of about, Ladybug's comment, it was about the daughter. If it was, the daughter, it says, if it weren't for the 16-year-old daughter, they might have never found them. And I put, yeah, they thought she would be their alibi, and she did the right thing. And it just rejected it again. So I'm like, I'm sorry about that. I just needed to get that out.
Canceled for different reasons. And she was thrilled. She loved to just be with her kids in any way that she could.
Those kids were very important to her. Probably the most important thing.
Hey. This is that's yours.
Veronica is my niece. When I was going to high school, she was 5 years old. From the time she woke up in the morning, she was energetic. She was bubbly. Everyone loved her.
Veronica was balancing it all. Her kids, going to school to become a surgical technician. And then she had her shop on Main Street. It was named Sunflower Nutrition after her favorite flower.
As part of the custody arrangement, Veronica had to have a court-ordered supervisor when she was with her kids. Jilian.
Just going to stop there. The girl had it going on, okay? I don't know why she even had to have a damn supervisor. They were going to go on the 17th, on April 17th, and she probably wouldn't have had to have the supervisor anymore. But old boy is in the freaking rehab, the children's father, and she's doing all these things. And I hate that. I hate that for her.
And Kelley. Veronica and Jilian didn't know each other well, but they were connected because the pastor of Veronica's church knew Jilian's husband, a pastor at a neighboring church.
Jilian is a 39-year-old mother of 4. She just had this really close bond with her family. On her social media, her and her daughters would tag each other in these memes. It was like that relationship that I feel like every daughter wants with their mother. It just seemed so real and so genuine.
She was beautiful. She truly loved her family. She loved her church. She was a kind person. She carried a gun and she rode a motorcycle, and I thought that was pretty epic.
That morning, Veronica and Jilian were traveling from Kansas to Oklahoma to pick up her children. They were due right around 4 Corners, right off of Highway 95. They were going to do some sort of handoff with the children. There was a horrible custody battle that's been going on. So the supervisor, Jilian, was going to observe the birthday party. She was going to observe whatever they did after. And then she was going to write up a report and deliver it to the judge.
From Yucatan, which is where Veronica lives, to where they were picking up the kids in 4 Corners is a 45-minute drive.
But Veronica and Jilian and the children never showed up to the birthday party. So Veronica had a few family members that became worried.
My sister, her and her husband were at Veronica's house for the birthday party for the youngest child. And Veronica did not return. She should have been home by 10:45 that morning. Veronica.
That's another thing. This case, they weren't okay. So Veronica's family wasn't messing around with them knowing where she was at all times, because it was within 45 minutes of her being late, or 30 minutes, They were already in the car going to look for her. Like they weren't messing around.
He was not answering the phone, and we didn't know what was going on. And we were scared. After about an hour, my sister and her husband went to look for Veronica.
The car was found about 6 miles away from their meetup spot at this abandoned gas station at an intersection the townspeople called Four Corners. It had been diverted off of the main highway about 1,000 feet onto a dirt road.
My sister and her husband found Veronica's car. Veronica's glasses were broken on the ground. My brother-in-law had called the cops because he automatically knew something was wrong.
The first person that arrived on scene was a sheriff's officer. In this case, it was Texas County in Oklahoma. They know this is a crime scene. They see blood. They see the glasses that are discarded and a hammer that is broken. These are all signs that somebody would have been seriously harmed. They also found Jilian's purse, and in that purse was a magazine to a semi-automatic gun. The semi-automatic gun wasn't there, and Jilian was known to carry one. They had something very nefarious on their hands. Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation.
Do you think, because they never did say that I know of, and I've been following this case, do you think that Jilian was getting her gun out? Like, okay, maybe she had an extra magazine. I don't know why you carry an extra magazine, but do you think maybe she was getting her gun ready? And that's when, like, maybe they yanked her out of the car. And so her, maybe it fell back into her bag or something. I don't know, but they did find it in her bag, but they never found the gun to it. And I was so surprised she carried one.
Helped support this situation. They put out an endangered missing person report.
My sister, she had gotten an EMA alert on her phone about Veronica. And that's when I started getting scared.
Saw on my phone that there was a missing alert. I saw that, and I didn't want to believe that. It was kind of hitting home. I'm really trying not to cry.
Breaking news tonight out of Oklahoma, where a search for two missing moms continues at this hour. 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley were last seen on Saturday driving to Oklahoma from Kansas. Police are concerned.
There are no suspects or persons of interest at this time. We do believe that these two women are in danger.
I cover a lot of cases, and this case hit me hard. I am a mother myself. Who could have taken them? What might have happened?
Two Kansas mothers who vanished. Police found their car abandoned.
They never made it to the usual pickup point, an abandoned gas station.
School today was going to be on lockdown. Was the car running? Did it have gas in it? No leads, no suspects, no idea where these moms are.
Vanished more than a week ago. Authorities in Oklahoma have not shared any updates.
If you know anything, saw anything, call in a tip.
Jilian and Veronica, the missing Kansas moms, were splashed across every television set, every internet story.
Our News Nation team attempting to retrace their steps to piece together what might have happened. Let's bring in correspondent Laura Engel, who is live in Kansas in their small hometown there.
I had been tracking the story from the very beginning. So when I arrived on the scene, we didn't know where they were. We didn't know who was responsible, and neither did anybody in town. People seemed to really be in fear of their lives. Law enforcement wasn't commenting. The women had completely vanished without a trace in broad daylight. They never made it to this location. And it's right down that road, North 95. That is where her vehicle was.
Let me see if I can go back really quick. Hold on, let me see if I can go back to that part.
Vanished without a trace in broad daylight. They never made it to this location. And it's right down that.
Okay. Veronica, girl, there you wouldn't be able to pay me enough money to stop at this gas station and meet. And I know it was the meet, like it was like the point where they can meet together or whatever. But this is just spooky. It's an old gas station. It hasn't been in service since like 1908. And she's like, meet me here. Is that cool? And I'll be like, no, I'm going to go to the police station and meet you there.
Road, North 95. That
they had these supervisors and all these things in place, right? You would think that they would have something like that in place. Like they don't get along. Let's have them meet somewhere.
Is where her vehicle was found abandoned. When we got there and we realized just how far it was off of that main highway, that's when you realized how scary it must have been, because they were pushed well off the dirt road where if you were driving by, you probably wouldn't see what was happening. We want to show you some drone video that we have taken of this very spot where that blue SUV was found on March 30th. And as you can see, when it lifts up and around from that location, that's what we're talking about. Flat, wide. There were so many questions. And we knew there was something very, very wrong. All right, so this is very different than I thought. I had never been anywhere quite as remote as the Oklahoma Panhandle. Don't trap yourself in. Make sure you get yourself on the road. Yeah. She's like, we were all definitely a little on edge going out there because no one knew if Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley were alive or not. And everyone in the tight-knit community feared that the suspect or suspects were still at large.
You're in a very rural area. It's very dark. It's very desolate. And suddenly you found yourself followed.
This big black truck with tinted windows pulled up and seemingly looked like it was going to start to block us. And our plan all along was if we see somebody coming down the road, let's all get in the car and get out of here, which is exactly what we did. We didn't know who was in the car. My crew and I were just as unnerved as the townspeople over the mysterious disappearance of Veronica and Jilian. And it was.
Where's those correspondents that go do the war scenes? And they're just standing out there, and bombs are going off. And they're just like, there's a bomb going off. Maybe they needed to get them in there. I don't know their names, but you know what I'm talking about, those guys and girls.
It's terrifying.
There are pools of blood, purses, eyeglasses, parts of a weapon. You can't ignore particular pieces of evidence. In my experience, rumors abound at that point.
It looks to me like an abduction. Is it abduction from somebody they know, or was this an opportunity crime?
There's all sorts of crazy rumors about pig farms and how they might be involved in all of this.
That area is reportedly known for guns, drugs, human trafficking.
This little town was scared, and the town was on edge.
It wasn't as if law enforcement had video surveillance cameras that they could look for. There were no convenience stores. So you start with that closest inner circle. It's going to be their spouse or their ex-boyfriend, somebody involved in a personal relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
The father of Veronica's children was Wrangler Rickman. He became a father very young. He held work sporadically. He's had his own personal struggles with drugs.
Veronica, she worked hard, like 2 or 3 jobs, just to take care of her baby's daddy and the 2 kids after they had split up. Veronica was the only one that had sole custody. Then what Wrangler wanted was them to have shared custody.
I started to look into the court documents in this case.
That son of a bitch. Did he have them do like shared custody? And somehow like like he had like 50, like, I don't know, she had like 49%, you know what I mean? Like it was like 1% difference. And so she had to pay him like child custody. But I mean, how does that work? Because you guys have kids in the chat. Okay. If you are with somebody, right? And you have kids with them, right? If no matter who it is, if you're the woman or the male, right? And you have like, let's say you have split custody, right? Split 50-50. If you're the female and you make more money than the male, do you have to give him custody money and vice versa? Let me know in the chat. Because I don't know. I would be so mad. If it was like, yeah, you only have 49%, so you have to go pay him. I'll be like, shit, if I do. Pay for his habits, I'll pay for my kids.
I mean, this was complicated. Both parties weren't in the same state, and it was messy. Accusations went back and forth. This was a roller coaster.
And we did read through those, some of those anyway. I think most of them. All of them.
The custody battle played out through the courts over a period of years, but it got nasty real quick.
Now, something happened that is a bit unclear, and the kids were taken away from Veronica.
She absolutely loved her children, and that was the goal, was absolutely to get her more time and then to be on the path to regain custody. That was our plan for sure.
And Veronica was working very hard to get those rights back to unsupervised visits with her children. In fact, a hearing was to occur where Veronica had asked the court to remove the requirement that her visitations with her kids be supervised.
What was Tiffany afraid of? Let's just say she got unsupervised visits. That still means, she doesn't have full custody. So maybe, I mean, let's say they start with that. Is there something those kids would have said? I don't know. Maybe they're just scared to. You never know. And thank you so much, Monchichi. That's so sweet of you. Thank you again. Aw, we missed you too.
When you see that a mother who did not have custody of her children is missing, you're like, okay, well, where's the father? Wrangler has had some run-ins with the law. He could be potential suspect. Wrangler Rickman got into some trouble. I dug into this. I started doing some research, and I came across Wrangler was arrested for possession of a firearm after a felony conviction.
She's not the only one that came across that.
But about 8 or 9 days before Veronica and Jilian went missing, he was due in inpatient rehab as part of this deal for his arrest. He did, in fact, report to rehab. So this particular day, he was in a rehab facility in Oklahoma City, so he has an alibi.
But Wrangler is in no position to take ownership and custody of his own children. So in this bitter, protracted custody battle between Wrangler and Veronica, Tiffany Adams is right in the middle. Tiffany Adams is Wrangler Rickman's mother and is a grandmother to these children. She wanted full custody of her grandchildren. Grandma Tiffany was on the board of the local hospital. She was active in her political party. This is someone who clearly, in the eyes of a court, could provide a loving home for these children.
Law enforcement learned that Tiffany Adams was supposed to be doing the exchange, waiting at Four Corners for Veronica. But according to Tiffany, Veronica had canceled the exchange at about 9 o'clock that morning. And Tiffany said she didn't know what happened.
I forgot about that part. Yeah, she's canceled. It's her daughter's birthday, but she canceled. She's a bad mom.
They were able to obtain a search warrant for Grandma Tiffany's phone.
Oh, shit.
But the warrant
Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Am I here? Let me know. Well, I guess I could go over here and look. Maybe it'll let me look. It's not letting me look. You can see me? Okay, I was about to get off here. Okay, so what they got me for was, it says error. Oh, get back over there. It went away because I, fixed the stream, I think. But it said because I was using the video, but we were pausing it. I thought I was pausing it a lot, right? So, okay, we don't even need that. What we're going to do is, I wish I could play it in the background, but I don't know how to do that. Like other people do, Like, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, like if I just play it. So where are we at? Okay. I want to get to where okay. And I'm gonna give you guys this so you guys can have this to watch. Because it was getting good. But I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. And I didn't watch the end of this. Of course I didn't. Okay. It's going through like all the things that we kind of know. What's that? Okay. So basically, I was pausing. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, what? I was. I thought you were like pausing on the thing, but yeah, I was pausing. I don't know. Usually, like that's weird because we played CW before too. Remember, we played them Idaho, and we played them during I think Rex Heuermann just like a little bit ago. Okay, you didn't hear that CW. Okay, yeah, just refresh if you can't see me. I can't really. Okay. So man, I was really getting into that. But I can tell you what's going on as of now and other things too. Them little sons of guns. Okay. So I had this up. I don't know. Oh, okay. This is because she was sentenced, but I'm going to tell you about that too. And then I'll just have to edit the video. So if you're just now joining, we are watching a video and it got cut off. If you don't know why, I don't know. YouTube was like, you're not watching this today. Okay, let me go over here because I have these tabs up because I didn't think we would get this far. I was like, oh, I'll probably use these tabs next live. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what's this? Okay, we'll watch this too. Or let's see. See, I didn't mean to do that. Dog's snoring. Okay. So I wanted to play that video. I'm so mad. Okay, I was putting the link in the chat too. So we have Tiffany. So we have a couple defendants that that's what I was actually going. I wanted to look over here because I wanted to make sure I was getting them right. Because I know Paul Grice, Paul Grice, he was the first one to for the chips to fall. Let me get a picture of him. I wonder where he's. Okay. We'll look at this too. I don't think we looked at that. Okay, here's a picture of him. I mean, he was the youngest. I think he was like in his early 30s. And he had a wife. He had a beautiful wife, beautiful children. Like, he had a decent job. I can't remember exactly what he did. I can't remember, but he had things going for him, right? And he decides that he's going to help Tiffany Adams kill. I mean, okay, so this is what she told them to get them all aboard. Okay. She told them that Veronica was abusing these children. And Paul Grice had some childhood trauma. So he was in, you know. I don't know why Cole and Cora, maybe they wanted to be cool. I that's the vibe I get. Like, they thought that they were going to get caught, because Cora brags to her 16-year-old daughter about it. She says, if I'm not going to be home tomorrow, if you wake up around 10, I'll be on a mission. We're carrying out a mission. Just know that Veronica will no longer be a problem. If my mom told me that and I was 16, I am so glad that that girl told the truth and was not too scared of her mother and stepped out and not tell the truth. Because that's a scary situation, I think, to be in, right? I know. I'm going to put it in the chat here before too long. I know. I'd rather YouTube does the craziest crap. Right. So, yeah, we're going to have to talk about, actually, the YouTubers on here. I wanted to do that tonight, but we'll do that maybe tomorrow during the day. Because I got some stuff to say. I got some things. I got a lot of things. Got a lot of things to say, actually. Let me put this tab over here so I don't, like, you know, I was hurry up and trying to read, like, what this meant. So it's like, you know. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go over here and see something really quick. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I was going to do now. Oh, it still says my monetization and everything is on. So, okay, whatever. Yeah, I would. Well, she said, like, you know, Veronica won't be a problem anymore. In my opinion, I think she told her daughter about the first time that they tried to take out Veronica when they went to her house. And, like, they had, I can't remember which one of them. I want to say Paul, but I don't even think she really knew Paul. But they had one of them went up, or maybe it was Tiffany called and, like, asked her to come out or something, come outside, and she knew better. She was like, I'm not going out there. So I'm wondering if Cora had told her, like, you know, told her daughter. That's the problem. Parents sometimes think their kids are their friends, and they're like, that is your daughter. You scarred her for a freaking life. And then she has her, okay, they take, you know, 2 trucks with them to use. So they had her, they had Cole's brother's truck. He's not involved in this. His name is Clint. And they took his truck. And when they came back the next day, they had the daughter clean it. I shit you not. The daughter was out there cleaning the what? So I do have a video for Paul Grice too. Let me see. I have, like, my tabs are all crazy. I just want to use this one. This one's better. So he accepted a plea deal to avoid the death penalty because, you know, what are you going to do when the evidence is stacked against you? I mean, burner phones found, the women in a freezer. They put these women. Okay. Let me describe the scene for you. They show up with a horse thing that, you know, what do they call, like, a horse trailer. Show up with the horse trailer. They have the cooler in there. Paul tries to take out, I don't want to say that, you know, because I'm saying the K word a lot. Try to, you know, go after Veronica while Tad was with Jilian. And Veronica was getting the upper hand on him. And he got some injuries from that. And then after that, they put her in the back of the horse carriage, and then they put Jilian back there. And I guess as they're riding down the road, Jilian is making noise. She's making gurgling noises. So what does Paul do? Stabs her again. Repeatedly takes her out of her misery. He says that's what he considers it. You know, it's like, what is wrong with people? Me too, Purple Daisy. I would have been sad. No, actually, I'll just fired up another one. And thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys. So then they take them to land that Tad was renting from a guy, which the guy, Beasley, he died and within the last year. So I don't know how that testimony is going to go. They did get his testimony before he died, so they could do like a dying, I guess, declaration or something. But Tad asked him the day before or a couple days prior if he could, use the skid steer or whatever, he was going to bury tree trunks and just like some hay and some junk around the property, just tree trunks. So he's like, yeah, sure, have at it, right? Not realizing he's going to be burying two dead women on the land, like 8 to 10 feet down. They had machines to do it, they sat out there and they did that. And it was him and Cole. And they threw him, Cole, I think Cole and Cora went home, and then Paul and Tad went to the land, and they threw all their clothes that they had on in there because, of course they were bloody. Then, they threw the phones in there, the tasers that they had used. They had all kinds of stuff. Like Tiffany did some shopping the day before, Valentine's Day. That was her Valentine. Let me find the clip I just found about Paul. I'm sentencing him. Let me see. Is this it? Shoot. It might be. Let me see. This is Tiffany. Okay. It must be this one. And if it's not, then we'll just watch it. Seeing if I have like documents up here too, so that's why I'm not sure I don't think I need them right now, but okay, please hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you guys for being here. My video may be suppressed tonight, but that's okay.
2 years since the killings of Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley in the back roads of Oklahoma.
News Channel 10's Paige Stockton has been following this case from the beginning. She walked through new documents providing evidence that supports the state's request for the death penalty.
On March 30th, 2024, Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley were on their way to pick up Butler's children for supervised visitation. The visit would never happen, as prosecutors say 5 Texas County residents would finally put into action their plan to murder these 2 women. Tiffany Adams, Tad Cullum, Cole and Cora Twombly, and Paul Grice are all accused of the conspiracy and ultimate killing of these 2 Kansas mothers. The alleged ringleader in the planning of these murders, Tiffany Adams, pled no contest to the murders, meaning she does not admit to murdering the women but will take responsibility. She will serve the rest of her life in prison without the possibility of parole. Grice and Cora have taken plea deals, which will include testifying in the death penalty trials of both Cole and Cullum. Cole and Cullum have pleaded not guilty and will go on to have their trials. Cullum, with his attorneys, have filed over 30 motions, including a motion to strike the Bill of Particulars.
This is Cora. Oh, they're trying to strike the Bill of Particulars. Yeah, right. I literally had all 5 documents. This is how we didn't mess around. We don't mess around when we get involved in cases. And I read through every single one of them. They were all exactly the same, except for the last one that I read, which was Tad's. And it had 2 extra paragraphs. And it talked about them burying them on the land.
And declare the death penalty unconstitutional. The state responded with a detailed overview of the case, injuries, and testimony that will be used.
Hold on, what would make it? Wait, is he trying? We gotta go back. Hold on. What they say?
Cole and Cullum have pleaded not guilty and will go on to have their trials. Cullum, with his attorneys, have filed over 30 motions, including a motion to strike the Bill of Particulars and declare the death penalty unconstitutional. The state responded.
On what grounds? Unconstitutional on what grounds? I mean, you planned and executed the murder of 2 women. One of those women on her daughter's birthday. And then you went back and you picked that kid up from the White's house and you took it home. You took those kids home like it was just, oh, your mom didn't want to see you. She canceled on your birthday. She canceled on you. Think of you being a little girl under 10. Kids are 6 and 8. And you're waiting on your mama because you're so excited. You're going to see her on your birthday. It's your birthday and you're going to see her. You know, there's 7 days in a week, and it fell on that day that she gets to see her kids, right? So she's picking them up. Nope. So, you know, Tiffany's over there. Oh, guys, your mom, she's just, in trouble, and she's just there's just something troubling about her, and she's not going to be here to pick you up for your birthday, but I'm going to send you over to the White's house for the night. Or for the day, or for the night. It was for the overnight. And then I'll be back to get you after I kill your mom. I can't imagine.
With a detailed overview of the case, injuries, and testimony that will be used in trial. The Bill of Particulars alleges 5 statutory aggravating circumstances, including the defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to more than one person. The state also alleges the murders of Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley were especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, and more.
Look at him smiling, I swear.
The state runs down the evidence it has collected, including testimony from family, friends, medical examiners, detectives, and more.
That's
The document
Tad.
concludes.
So the bald guy with the beard is Tad. The guy with the mustache smiling. I swear he's smiling. I don't know if it's just the mustache or what, but that's cool.
With the state asking that defendant Tad Cullum be punished by death to counts 1 and 2, the murders of Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley. Cullum's trial was pushed back to October, and Cole Twombly's trial will begin in February of 2027. To read the state's full findings, you can go to our website. Reporting in studio, Paige Stockton, News Channel 10.
I didn't know that. Maybe I will. Okay. I have some documents up here, but that might be easier. But yeah, so Cole and Tad are like holding out. Now, let me tell you a little thing about our buddy Cole, okay? The one with the mustache that looks like he's smiling. Imagine being married to this guy, right? Imagine being married to him and y'all commit a murder, a double murder together, right? You should be like ride or dies for life at that point, you would think. No, he said, Cora, I'm getting myself a lawyer and you're going to go ahead and get a public defender. Bye. Literally, that's what he did. He's like, I'm getting a lawyer and she has a public defender. That's probably why she took a plea deal. I think she got 35 years and she has to testify against the other ones. I mean, Paul's in there for life. Tad, he might get the death penalty, which I think that he should. I think Tiffany Adams should have got the death penalty. Personally, I think she should have. She is the mastermind. If it was not for her, none of this would have. I don't think any of these people would have even committed a murder in their life. I don't think that at all. I really don't. I don't know how she did it. Like, I mean, other than the abuse, what else? I mean, wouldn't there be something? Wouldn't one of them have said, like, let's call CPS, or like we could, because the kids can talk, like they're old enough to tell that she's abusing the kids. Like, wouldn't someone think about that? Like, these kids are 6 and 8. They're old enough to tell police where you've been hit on the doll. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many kids that are like way younger that they can get information from. You know, they just do. It's certain cops. They do it a certain way. They, they're there. They're comforting. They know how to handle children. Wouldn't you think like Paul would be like, I have 3 kids at home. If this happened to me, I'll go to CPS. Let's go down there right now. Let's go to the building. I don't know. None of them did. None of them did. I mean, none of them. They, you know, I don't even know how to even explain. Yeah, I'll commit a murder with you. Sure. Just don't tell my wife. We can actually play this. It might say the same thing at the bottom.
Weekend in 2024 when this all started, and over a year and 9 months later, Tiffany Adams officially sentenced for orchestrating the deaths of Kansas moms Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley. Adams will spend life behind bars without the possibility of parole after Butler and Kelley.
She's going to enjoy that, in my opinion. Like, she kind of looks like she could run things in a jail or a prison. You know, there's like prison shows, like Orange is the New Black. What's the other one? Wentworth. She looks like she belongs on Wentworth. Like, I could see her being like the main boss in there. Like, I really could. You know, I'll trade you honey buns for them ramens.
Were found dead in Texas County, Oklahoma, in the Panhandle in April of 2024. In a statement to KOCO5, the family of Veronica Butler said, quote, "As a family, we are absolutely pleased with today's outcome." Adams,
that's all that matters,
pleaded no contest to the murders in October last year, and because of that, she did not face the death penalty. During the last 2 years, KOC...
Okay. Now, if I was an officer of the law or an investigator or the DA or whatever, right? She has to talk to the DA about this. There would, no. You're not pleading no contest. You're not going to plead that I don't think I did it, but you guys think I did it. No, we're not going to do that. We're not playing that game when it comes to murder. Just like Kohberger, they should have to plead guilty, and there should be a set of like questions that they have to answer to. Even if we already know the answer, even if we think we know the answer, like maybe like how, who, what, when, where, or why. How about that? You know what I mean? Start there. And they have to answer those questions. I don't know. Or what's your motive? And like, you know what I mean? Like 5 questions you have to answer. I am sure that there is a college university out there somewhere that could put that together. You know what I mean? Because college kids are smart. Especially putting stuff together like that. Little survey.
CEO has followed the case and learned lots of context. Tiffany Adams was the paternal grandmother of Butler's children, and according to court records, she was worried she would lose custody of those kids. Butler and Kelley were traveling together from Hugoton, Kansas to pick up Butler's children when they went missing in Texas County, Oklahoma. Adams organized an effort to kill Veronica with the help of the other suspects and took Jillian's life just because she was traveling with Veronica and was appointed by the courts to supervise the exchange of the kids. Adams is one of 4 other suspects charged in the murders of Butler and Kelley. Paul Grice, Cora Twombly, Tad Cullum, and Cole Twombly are still going through court proceedings. However, Paul Grice and Cora Twombly both testified for the state in the case and both agreed to plea deals. Adams' boyfriend, Tad Cullum, recently tried to dismiss the charges against him but was unsuccessful. His jury trial is set for October this year. Cole Twombly's jury trial is scheduled for February.
Is he smiling? I swear, like I know I say it every live about these guys, but he looked like he's smiling under that mustache. I almost smack his face.
February of 2027 in OKC. Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
And look
it was
at
Easter weekend and
to show you Cora there at the end. Look,
Twombly.
Look at old Cora there. She doesn't look so you know, like high and mighty. I bet your daughter never comes to see you in prison. And she sure as hell ain't going to go to see Cole. That's her stepdad. They all lost their whole. I say this every time we do like one of these videos. Like, you know, when we do them every night. Like, I don't understand what's okay. Cole and Cora. Why was killing Veronica and Jilian someone you don't even freaking know? Why was that so damn important to you? Because now, I mean, you put that above your children. You put that above your daughter and your stepson and your stepdaughter and your son. Like, I don't get that. Paul Grice, you have 3 beautiful kids at home and a wife. You put this killing over them. Now, Tiffany, she has a motive, I guess. Like, you know, that's her thing. But she's just nuts. She's not really nuts. I'm really giving her that. And then Tad, I don't know why you would let them put the bodies on your property. That's a dumbass move. They were going to look at Tiffany. The first person they were going to look at was Tiffany. Her son is in a rehab. It's going to take investigators 2 seconds, and hey, happy. It's going to take investigators 2 seconds to find out that Wrangler's in rehab. He couldn't have done this. Who's the next closest to Veronica and Jilian? And they were probably looking a little more on Veronica's side, because who would know that Veronica was going to be out there, or Jilian was going to be right there at that time? Oh yeah, Tiffany Adams. Like that, this woman, she didn't think about, she's dumb. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, they're sober. I'm yeah. Her son didn't want to lose those kids. I think he would have worked with Veronica, and I think Veronica would have worked with him. I don't see her being like taking the kids away and being like, nope, you're not seeing them ever again. I don't know. I don't know her, but she's just, the court documents I've read, the things that I have read, like it just seems like she was a very nice lady. She wanted her kids back, and I couldn't imagine losing your children either. Like, and then being a mom. No offense to the dads out there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like your children go, and then they go to live with her. Like with that? Like, are you sure? You don't think he did? Well, I don't know if he did, but I know that he wasn't doing anything to prevent not going to rehab, right? Like he was doing things to get in trouble and going to rehab. I mean, people that go to rehab, they still love their kids, but it's like at some point you've got to be like, okay, I've done enough. My kids are more important. You know what I mean? Like at some point. So yeah, Cole and Tad are the holdouts. They're going to trial. Cole, I don't know why he's trying to say that he wants this thrown out for like, what was it? It was like making it sound like he had because like the death penalty would be like unjust or whatever. He's trying to pretend like he has like a mental defect or something. I mean, they won't put someone to death. I believe. This is from a while ago. I could look it up, but I think it's like if you have an IQ under like 60 or 65, that something like that puts you under. Like I don't know. They consider you like having a mental disability, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think there was plenty of like smart people in history that probably had low IQs, but what do I know? Now all these people, they probably do have low IQs. Now, how are they going to test Tad for his IQ if he already knows he's going to use that as a defense? Like, I don't get that, because that's not something like you can just like do blood work for, Yeah, they didn't think this through very good. I mean, they sat down for weeks and planned it, but I think that their plan was just stupid. Like they broke a hammer. I don't know how that hammer got broke, but that's insanity. I've never seen a broken hammer in my whole life. And I'm 21 years old. All 21 years, I've never seen. I'm just kidding. I'm not 21. That could be. So Paul Grice, he accepted a plea deal. He's going to testify for the state. So that'll be fun. Then we have Cora. She accepted a plea deal. I believe it's 35 years straight. Like no cutsies. And she is expected to testify for the prosecution against the defendants, the remaining defendants. Tiffany entered the no contest plea in October of 2025. She was sentenced February 2026 to life in prison without parole. She was the alleged mastermind. In my opinion, She should have probably got the death penalty. And I mean, as they're trying to kill Jillian, because she almost could freaking take out Paul Grice, but he had weapons and stuff. She didn't have that. Tiffany's cackling, like laughing. I cannot imagine the fear. Like that alone should have probably escalated this to the old DP, She probably live on death row for a while. She just needs to be by herself. She doesn't need to be in general population where she can freaking rule the roost. I feel like that's what she's going to do. She's going to get herself a little prison bitch, and she's going to live a little happily ever after in prison. I hope she don't. I hope every time she closes her eyes, she sees Veronica and Jillian. And I hope Jillian says, "Why did you do this to me?" And I hope Veronica says, "You bitch, why did you do this to me?" And I hope the kids freaking haunt her dreams. And I hope those kids never go and visit that woman, because she ain't good. So then Tad, he's trying to do some, I don't know, maybe he's trying to mental health defense, but it's not going to work. Bro, you went out there and you dug the hole first. And then you left it there for a day or two before we put the bodies in. So, you had all that opportunity to say no, to get out of it, right? IQ, thank you. All below 70, 75. Thank you, Cup. A single IQ test is not enough to decide. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would say the blocks aren't going together either or something. I don't know. I'm not good at IQ tests. I'll tell you guys. I don't know how I get pretty high scores, but I don't know how sometimes I'm like, ooh, did I just pick the right box? I hope so too, Happy Cappy. Well, Jillian's parents, I'm sure, or maybe I think she has a brother, or she has a brother or a sister. I'm thinking a brother. And I don't even know where they ended up, the kids ended up going, which is sad. I mean, they would technically, I guess, go back to their father, right? I mean, technically, if he goes out of rehab, I pray that Wrangler's out of rehab, and I pray that he's got a house. I pray that he's got, or somewhere, that's nice for kids. I hope that he has a good, steady job. I hope he's not on any drugs or drinking. And I hope, but because I'm thinking that they would give them, because it was his mom that killed her because she wanted the kids. And Wrangler was technically in rehab. So it's and you can't really get calls in rehab. You can't just call rehab and talk to somebody. They have to call you during certain times of the day, and it's really short windows, and it really sucks because half the time they don't even get their calls. They won't even get their phone calls, and they won't let them get them if it's after the time. If it's 7:00 and that's the time that phone calls are done, and 5 people took an extra couple minutes, and you're like, hello, right? And your time is it's your turn, and they're like, nope, sorry, you don't get your turn. You have to just take it, and it sucks. It's only okay for them to unalive people, yes. So Veronica didn't, but Jillian did. Jillian had a pastor husband. They had 4 children together. Their children were older in age, and she was, I believe, I don't know if they met at the church, but I know that she was her supervised visitor. But we had heard early on that maybe they had met there, but I don't know if that's, that wasn't in concrete. So yeah, they met, and just imagine, you don't really even, they didn't really know each other. I think this was the first time that Jillian was going, or maybe she had went one other time. It wasn't like she was a regular. And just imagine just driving down the road, vast. It's just vast. Someone tells you to pull off. You're thinking, oh, there must be something must have happened up ahead. They're telling us to pull off. They've got their horse trailer here, blocking it, or their truck blocking it. And then you pull down and you see this horse trailer, and you're like, well, that's weird. It's just stopped in the middle of the road. And then you see Tiffany Adams. She's a jump scare. And Veronica probably said, what the hell is she doing here? And that's all they probably got, because within like 2 minutes or something of like their phones being at that like location, they were disconnected or something like that. It was like an ungodly fast time. It was like 2 to 3 minutes. Like phones were off, done, no more communication. And it was like, like that's pretty quick. Yeah, she was married to a preacher. Yep. Purple Daisy. Yep. Oh, they had 5 kids. I thought they had 4. Yeah, I thought they had 4 kids. But yeah. Yeah, right. Not so tough now, right? Hey, Lenora. Oh, hey, Lenora, when you get to a certain part, the video cuts out. I'll give you the link to the video here. Yeah, Veronica didn't, but Jilian did. It's heinous. Yeah. I mean, and then hey, Dawn. And then they, like Jillian's maybe not even dead. Like there's that human in you, like to get someone help. Like, nope, not going to get, not today. Paul said he chose violence when he woke up. Now I wonder where he was telling his wife he was going. Because like when Vincent leaves, right? Every time he leaves, he's like, this is where I'm going. Right. I mean, that's just what he does. That's just what people do that are couples, especially for a long time. You tell each other where you're going. That'd be kind of rude of me just to walk out the door and not say nothing. That would be funny actually. But so I wonder where he was like telling, where'd you tell your wife you were going to be at there, bruh? So here's the catch. Onset of IQ deficiency has to be identified before age 18. Oh, so the disability must have existed in childhood. I wonder how because a lot of people are going to test when you're younger for your IQ, right? Like even if you go to like a psychologist or psychiatrist, I feel like they'll be like, you have anxiety or depression. Like, I mean, that's just it's so bad out there in the mental health like field right now. It feels like it anyway. I wonder if they would pick up on that. They were, sovereign citizens. Yeah, that's what they called them. Yeah. And then remember the guy that came out and he was like, he was really in the gods. There's like a thing that's really called God's Misfits. Like it's actually like, a thing. And his name was Squirrel. And he was like, I don't want y'all to think it's my God's Misfits. We're good peoples. He was like a preacher, I think, or something. But his name was Squirrel. And you would never think this guy was a preacher. I mean, like, I don't want to like stereotype, but, preacher men usually are very like close shaven and, just very well put together. And he was kind of just like, his name was Squirrel. And you could just think about that. Yeah. And I will keep you guys updated. We'll go over some court documents like later on this week. I'll get them squared away. And like, so the thing about this case is, damn, it's hard. It's not that hard, but it's a little more difficult than your normal case, right? Even like Idaho 4, even though you had 4 victims and you had, Koberger, it was all filed under one case number. So these people, since they're not being tried together, everybody is all separate. So they're all separate case numbers. So you have to look them all up like separately. And then when I was doing that, it was like taking me to 2024 cases. I'm like, that's not like, I'm not even putting 2024 in the number. And I was copy and pasting. I don't know. My computer was acting funky, which is fine. It's just, maybe it needs to be turned off for a minute. That's true, Purple Daisy. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. I mean, but I got scoliosis, and they tested us for that back in the day. Do you guys remember that? Like, that could tell your age. That could tell your age real quick. They don't do that anymore, I don't think. Hey, Cheryl. I don't think they do that anymore. Where they like, remember they test you for scoliosis and that lice, like they would do those checks. That's weird. I was always glad when I was like, just make sure that nobody be giving me the lice. What? Have me itching and stuff. They are completely irrational. We see it all the time. So many times. I actually have a article I want to read to you guys. We'll read that. Hey, Kitsy Cats. We'll read that on our next live. It is, I don't think I have it on in this page. It's down here. Okay. So you know how like everybody's been talking about this Turby guy, like, you know, this defense expert. We got to remember, I was listening to, I poked into a live. It was an Idaho panel. They didn't know if they were talking about Hunter Chapin or Hunter frickin' Johnson. They have a picture of Hunter Chapin up talking about his jacket and stuff that was like very irrelevant. But then they're saying Hunter Johnson. And I'm like, oh, I guess you'll have that. So since everybody is like on this whole Turby guy with the whole defense expert guy, you know, the guy that was in the book, that's where this person that this, whatever his name is, where did I put the freaking thing? I have something else to tell you guys too. I don't know where I put the article now. Oh, did I delete it? I hope I didn't. Oh wait, maybe it's back here. Yeah. So since that guy came out, I was going to read you guys this like a while back and I kept forgetting. So we'll read it next time that we cover Idaho 4. But there is an FBI agent that was tasked with uncovering the digital footprint of Brian Koberger. And he has revealed for the first time his calculated efforts to wipe clean his online life. And that played a crucial role in proving his guilt. So all these people that are out there talking about this Turby guy or whatever his name is, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to one-up them with this new guy. That's an FBI agent. So we'll see what he says. I think it'll be a good live. And then I was going to show you guys this. I think we already kind of went through this, though. Oh, yeah. So this week, the district attorney filed 40 documents, 8 motions, 32 responses to motions filed by attorneys for Tad Collum. They're trying. I mean, he's paying them. One of Collum's requests was to declare the death penalty, which prosecutors are seeking if he is convicted, as cruel and unusual punishment. That's why though? Like they have to give you like a reason why it's considered cruel and unusual. Right? The DA's response said that claim should be rejected because it's not backed up by fact or law. Yeah, like you can't just say it's cruel and unusual punishment just to say it. What you did to Veronica and Jilian, that's cruel and unusual punishment, my man. Okay? Putting a needle in your arm and you going to sleep. You just don't wake up. You just go to sleep. I'm sorry, but that sounds a lot better than being stabbed and being chased down and being stuffed into a cooler and buried and hay thrown on me and tree trunks thrown on me and cell phones and tasers and all the things. And my daughter thinking I wasn't there for her birthday. Only to find out that her grandmother, killed her mother. It's sickening. So I think, Monchichi, I think at first that they thought that they were going to be able to use her as an alibi or something like that. I think they were going to try to use the kids as an alibi. I think what happened was the police went to, something happened where the police and the daughter were talking. Like they were talking and Cole saw it and Cora, and they didn't like it. And I remember they tried to like break up the conversation. Cole did, but Cole couldn't or something like that because he was like the stepfather. It had to be the mom. I forget, but like, so she did get to talk to the cops a little bit before I think she went in and actually like told, but she told on them. Yeah, we're trying to get 25,000. And for my Mother's Day gift. It's almost all here. So I can put it together and start doing some pre-recordeds too. I would like to be alone in a room with Grandma Tiffany. I'm her age and can be scary too. Monty, I'm sure you could. I wouldn't even mess with the dog. And the dog's smiling. Monty, you haven't seen my new cat, have you? My new kitten. I got a new kitten. I found her. Well, she found us. She fell out of Vincent's car. Oh, yeah. Thank you for being here. Ladybug, you're so sweet. And hey, Kitsy Cats, I think I said hey to you. And hey, Cheryl, I think I said hey to you too. Welcome on in. It is a smart move to let someone know where you're going. Yeah, happy. I never leave the house without letting Vincent know where I'm going. Sometimes we'll be on the phone with each other. We've been doing this lately, and it's just, I'm like, we're those people. We're like teenagers. We'll be on the phone with each other, like, oh, my headbuds in, like at Target or whatever, and he'll be doing something somewhere else. We won't even be talking to each other. And like we're just shopping. He's just there. I'm just there on the phone with him. Every once in a while he'll say, what are you doing? And it'll scare me. Be like, I was not in the workout area at Target. That's been my new thing. But since like going to the gym is not a fashion show. Yeah, it is. To get me to go to the gym, it has to be a fashion show. I don't even think that you've been here since I had my surgery. Yeah. I had surgery a couple weeks ago. And then my cat had surgery. We're all having surgery up in this place. Except for Vincent. He's got good health. Which I'm thankful for. Because he has to take care of me. Oh, okay. So what I wanted to tell you guys, which you guys, I don't think you guys followed. Did you guys follow the Karen Reed trial any? Like, put a 1 in the chat if you did follow Karen Reed. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't follow Karen Reed. And then I'll give you like a rundown. Something's come out. It's very crazy. Thanks, Ladybug. I feel good. I feel like there's a spot, like, you can kind of see it right here, like when I smile or something. There's like a little spot. I might need them to inject that. And my lips. Okay, so like, don't they look like my old lips almost? Pretty much. They don't look any. When I first had my surgery done, my lips looked so big. I was like, oh my God, Vincent's going to leave me. Like they were so bad. And then they went down. They like really went down. Thanks, happy. I appreciate that. Okay. So my theory, and this is just my theory. Don't come at me. But an old turtle. So Turtle Boy, you know how Turtle Boy, Karen Reed, Superman, and Lois Lane, you know? Well, yeah, so my email is titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. So let me go over to the old X because, it's a lot. So, okay. This new audio came out of Aiden. He's trying to say, oh, no, it's been out for a little while. And I guess he couldn't come up with this excuse right off the rip. It took him a little while, but he came up with an excuse. He said, oh, that was from like 2022 before I knew the case. No, my friend. No. Actually, where's the video I had of him? Let me go to my profile. Because this is like, okay, so this is the audio. Oh, let me share this with you guys. I've always said for the Karen Reed trial, hey Lee, hey CJK, that and this is just my opinion. Don't come at me, don't come after me, and don't unsubscribe. We can all have difference of opinions. This is why I didn't do Karen Reed case. It was so controversial. But no, like I always thought that she went out that night with her boyfriend and they had a couple drinks. You know what I mean? They had some drinks. Like you do, like sometimes you do when you live in like small towns or whatever, like, or you have like a small group of people that you know, you'll go out and have a couple drinks. You made it think, I could drive, it's fine. when you really can't. Usually, that stops after like age 22 or something, or 21. After you do it once, you're like, I'm not doing that again. But I guess it doesn't. It carries on. I always said that, I thought that maybe they had an argument on the way over to the house. She didn't want to go. She was maybe tired, ready to eat something, go to bed, but he wanted to go. So something happened where she, in my opinion, she hit that gas and she wasn't thinking. She was intoxicated, and she said, F this guy. And she just I think she floored it. I don't think she was thinking that in the long run. I don't think she was thinking it was going to even hurt him. I think she was thinking it was going to scare him, but she hit him. I think she planned on hitting his ass though. I think she was like, oh no, you're not. And you're not going to go in there and party without me. That's just my thing. That was just that was my vibe. And I didn't, listen to the whole trial. So I can't, don't listen to me. You know what I mean? But this comes up on my For You page today. And I'm just like, what is going on with the world today? So listen with your ears. It's turned up. This is Turtle Boy himself.
Yeah, no doubt she killed him. Because obviously the tail light was out. But who the fuck intentionally kills someone by backing into them? I've never heard of that before, ever. That's what leads me to believe. And I think it's quite possible. Yeah, no doubt she killed him. Because obviously the tail light was out. But who the fuck intentionally kills someone by backing into them? I've never heard of that before.
Really?
Ever. That's what leads me to believe. And I think it's quite possible. Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, I don't know what happened. She was found not guilty. So there's that. But hearing Aiden saying she backed into him. That's why the taillight was out. That's what I said. And him saying it, I just want to bring it back to this because I got so many hate comments. I covered this case twice. That was it. And the hate comments were crazy. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I'm not doing that. Have any gotten the death penalty? CJK, no. They didn't. So Cora, I believe she got 35 years. She didn't get that much. I don't know why. I think maybe because she was just the person that directed them. You know what I mean? She really wasn't involved as much as she told her daughter she was going to be. Maybe that's why. And I think she was the first one to make a deal. And then Paul Grice, he's getting life without parole. He pled guilty to avoid the death penalty. Tiffany Adams pled no contest to avoid the death penalty, and they let her do that, which I don't understand that. She should have had to plead. She should have had to plead guilty. And then she's in prison for life. And then Tad and Cole still have their trials. Tad's is in October of this year, which is my birthday month. Thanks, Tad. And then Cole's is in, what'd they say? Something 2027, February, I think. Very polarizing, the case. Yeah, it is very, yeah. And then so then someone was said something. I put something else on here. What else did I put? Oh, this, I don't know who this is. Masshole Mafia. It is a girl. Oh, he was in there. You used to follow her. Okay. It says reckless disregard for the truth doesn't just mean being wrong. It means saying something while seriously doubting it's true or changing your facts whenever it benefits you financially or personally. I don't want to have this case. I'm just reading. Funny how Aiden Carney seems perfectly capable of recognizing Karen Reed's probable guilt in 2022 before he had access, attention, or incentive, and suddenly remembered it again in 2025 once the relationship and financial upside disappeared. It is not about what he says when he's trying to make money or weasel his way out of liability of a lawsuit. It's the raw, often forgotten moments where he lets it slip. It's his phone extraction that shows tremendous coordination to sell a narrative, even as he catches Karen Reed and lies and asks questions she never answers. Okay. well, it says he relied on her. I just listened to like I listened to like 1 minute of this and I was like, oh my goodness.
How can they believe that if she went 24 miles an hour reverse? And this is my big thing. It's either murder or nothing. It cannot be manslaughter, but not murder. That doesn't make any sense. Because going 24 mile an hour in reverse, try it. I did. Try it. There is no way somebody goes 24 miles in reverse and hits somebody accidentally. That does not happen. No, no, no.
I'm just like, oh my good grief. We got Aiden saying this. No, no, no. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I mean, I heard that they broke up. I don't know. Oh my God. They were shady about a lot. I feel bad for John O'Keefe. I mean, at the end of the day, that's who his family, like the way that his family was treated is there's no fucking words for that. If somebody did that to I would come down. If I was in heaven, I'd come back down and I would rain hell on everybody. If somebody treated my family the way that his family was treated when they were going into the courthouse, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really sad, you know? Happy Mother's Day, Lee. And happy Mother's Day, Ladybug. And happy Mother's Day, everybody. I have the little thing going up, and I did say it in the beginning of the live, but happy Mother's Day weekend. Did anybody put in the chat? I didn't see anything. People better be treating you guys good for Mother's Day. Ladybug, what your kids do for you for Mother's Day? Have they done something yet, or do I need to go over there and start rounding them up? We were talking about John O'Keefe's family. When they would like go into the courthouse, people were like yelling and like before they like made them stop wearing like the Karen Reed shirts. And I'm just going to say it. There was only one person making them Karen Reed signs, those free Karen Reed signs. They were all the same Sharpie and they were all the same lettering. I pulled it up one time. I was like, who's making the signs? I wonder if I can find a picture. Protesters. Didn't JLR go there and like they scared them away? I think they did. I think they did like scare them. Yeah, scare like JLR. Oh, wait, we load that page. What did we do? Where was it? There was one, and I was just like, I said, who the hell made the posters for this day? Here's one. It's not like, it's only showing me a few. This one, okay. I'll show you these couple ones. Okay, like I'm like, who? Yeah, it's back to stage, but I'm like, who is making the signs? Like these are the same people. These three signs, I don't know who these people are, but they were passing out signs. And then these ones all look the same too. Like there was one though where they're like standing and there's a million people holding signs and they were all the same print and it was all that first print. It was all this one, I believe, that the first one I showed you. And I'm like, who the heck made the signs? Because that takes dedication, right? Is this like a print off? How is this? These aren't letters. They don't look like they're risen up. I'm curious as if somebody went out and bought this, like, right? I don't think so. I don't know though. It could, like, because look at that okay, this little like screw, it has like a washer on it and everything. Like, would someone really be making signs like that good? Putting the washer with the screw? Everybody lied to Karen Reed. Yeah. Wasn't that the lady that left her husband in the snow? Pretty much. I mean, she was found not guilty. I personally think if it was somebody else that wasn't her, they'd be in jail. I don't know. The eye tested in front of the entire. Oh, really? And one girl, poor kid, couldn't see while she was an albino. The teacher asked her to read the letters. She couldn't. Oh, and I'm waiting for the rest of them. Watch these things. I think I remember having to read them. The teacher said, "Sit down. You are blind." Oh my God. That would ruin me. I would be ruined for life. I would be ruined for life. I still have a 20. That's okay. Let's not jinx this. But last time I went to the eye doctor, which I need new glasses, when did I get these? 3 years ago? I'm like 3 years overdue. You're supposed to get new glasses every year. They want me to get them bifocals. I ain't doing that yet. But I still have 2015 vision. Like I could read the card all the way down. Like they're like, you got 2020. I'm like, can I still read? And they're like, if you want to. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Because I like to be over perfect. In my, in the one eye. But yeah, if a teacher told me that I was blind when I was like little like that, I'd be like, I need glasses. Because glasses were cool in like 94 or something like that. They had like the fake glasses. They were the round ones. Everybody had them. But then after that, they weren't like, they were only cool for like 6 months. And then people that wore glasses, like in school, like when you were little, I remember kids getting made fun of for that. I never made fun of anybody. Like, I don't know why. I never did. I mean, I know why. I just didn't care to. I didn't think that was nice. I still take up for people. Shoot. I've taken up for people in like my genre of the, like of the space and of the YouTube that I don't even know. Like if I think that they're like something, like we had a guy that was going to come on the platform. He came on the platform and he was going to be an asshole. That was going to be his shtick. Like he was just going to be mean to people. And I heard him talk about another creator's teeth. And I flew in that chat like a crazy woman. I was like, don't you talk about someone's teeth. Like I was so mad. I could have had fire coming out of my ears. I was so mad. And then that guy like ended up sending me a threatening email saying if I didn't denounce the person that he was making fun of, that he was going to come after me. And I was like, have fun. That's what I told him. I don't know exactly what I said. I could probably look it up because I don't look delete an email. Yeah. There's some new info. Yeah, I guess Tracy was in here earlier. She was telling us her dad's not even going to the trial. That's weird. Your new lens aren't working? I don't know. The past two paid, I've got bifocals and it's not like they are strong enough. Oh no. I got these glasses that I wear every night. Well, not every night because I don't wear them at night, but that I wear like so often. They're like two-toned. I got them from Warby Parker. You guys helped me pick these out. I think that was 3 years ago. It was when I first started this channel. So getting older does stink. You know what I was thinking about today, and I don't want to be sad. I don't want this to be like sad, but I was thinking like I'm getting like older, and like my mom's not here, right? So like I'm just like, man, Mom, why'd you have to leave so soon? Because like you have questions when you get older. You have questions. You have a lot of questions. I swear you have more questions when you're older for your parents than you do when you're younger. Because when you're younger, you don't care. You know what I mean? Like you do, but you don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like you listen. Like I listened to all of her stories and I love that. I love her stories, but Happy Cappy, I actually have a thumbnail made all about Kristen Smart. We were going to go over that tomorrow. I'm going to go over that tomorrow night. Let me see if I can show you actually. I made it last night and I was going to, because I was going to do a live last night. And then I was like, no, I want to give Kristen Smart, like, I want to, because it's been a while since I've like, really heard about our case. And I was like, I want to give like more, give it more time, like not like, rush through it. So, yeah, they went to now I don't know why they didn't check the mother-in-law's house. Or not mother-in-law, sorry. I don't know why I said mother-in-law. Flores is the guy that killed her, his mom's house. I don't know why they didn't check that. Like, I mean, you would think they would check all property because she's missing. She was missing it's been 30 years. I mean, he had to have put her somewhere. So, yeah, she was just walking back from like a college party And he was like, I'll make sure she gets home okay. Yeah, I bet you do. You never forgot. See, and you know what? You never forgot that eye test, and it didn't even happen. The bad thing that was said didn't even happen to you. You know what I mean? Like, but you remember it. I was just reading the chat. So is anybody doing anything fun tomorrow? We should have to go to dinner out. Oh, haven't been out in a while. Aw. Well, Ladybug, do yourself up or something if you want to. If you don't, I can totally understand that. I have yet to put makeup on since I've had my surgery, and I want to, like, because I want to see how it like looks on both sides, because that's the whole point of, you know, having the surgery, was to make sure, like, to, you know, size up the side to make me more symmetrical. So I want to put blush like on this side and compare it, because like when I put blush on this side of my cheek, it looks like it'll look pretty and it'll be like shimmery and pretty. And then I'll put it on this side, and like before the surgery, I don't know if it was like that dip, it almost made it look like a different color. Like I don't know if it was a shadow or whatever. Like it was like causing a shadow to make the makeup look, I don't know. I didn't like it. So I have like, you know, makeup, tons of makeup. I just need to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow because I see her on Monday, so I have to do it tomorrow. So you'll see me with makeup on tomorrow. No makeup tonight. I do have mascara on, but it's not like thick mascara. It's like really like it makes them thin. You have another rescue chihuahua. He's almost 15. Aw. JJ Daly. I love him all. That's so sweet, Monchichi. We have a cat. Yeah. So I got a kitten. Vincent was driving. He pulled his car out to fix the Acura and needed a new alternator. So that's the car I drive. And pulled his car out, the only car in the lot without an engine at that time, like right there. And of all the cars, this cat picks Vincent's car to climb up in, like the wheel or something. So he leaves, and he's like, I mean, that's a good mile, a half a mile, I would say. And he calls me and he's like, Tanya, he cat fell out of my car. It's in a bush right now. What do I do? And I'm like, where are you at? And he's like, at Broken Egg, or something. That's a little restaurant. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I fly over there. You should have saw me. I wish I would have had that on video. You guys would have loved that. You would have laughed your butts off. I had like a dress shirt on with sweatpants with like funky socks, Birkenstocks, and a trench coat. I looked like I was going to get a cat. I did. I looked like I was bound and determined. So I go over there and I like pick it up, and it like hugs me. Like it had its little paws around me, and it was like nipping. It wasn't like biting me. It was just like pecking my neck, like kissing me. And I'm like, this cat is like, I know it's a wild cat, but it's like so good. Because we knew right away when we saw that orange in that cat, I was like, I know your mom. She's around the neighborhood, and we know your dad. He's around the neighborhood. So her parents are around here. So we knew like she was wild. We knew she wasn't somebody's like cat or anything. And there's no signs of, you know, missing cat or anything. So we brought her in, and she's just here now. She had her lady surgery the other day. She's doing good. She was coughing. Hey, Cuffy. Thank you, Cuffy. I'm glad you were here. But yeah, like, and so I called the vet. I don't think I've ever been like this with any of my other animals. Like, she okay? But no, like I called and they said that it could be from the bronchial tube or whatever, or trachea or intubation tube. And I said, oh, I had one of those too a couple weeks ago. My throat didn't hurt though. They did a really good job. Yeah, it didn't hurt at all, actually. My throat didn't, but I can understand. So I think that's why she's coughing, because I thought kennel cough. I'm like, oh my gosh, she got kennel cough. But she doesn't have any mucus. Her eyes aren't running. She's not like lethargic. She's eating. So those were all the signs of like kennel cough. So she's just coughing. So I'm going to give it a couple days. I'll give it till Monday. I haven't heard her do it today. No, I did. I heard her do it earlier this morning, but I haven't heard her do it tonight. So Yeah, I think she'll be okay. Oh, yes, Betty Project died. Yes, I forgot about that. I saw something about it earlier. And that is awesome that you rescued an older fur baby. The older ones, they do need love. Our dog was 3 when we got her. She's down here. The brown dog, she's my baby. Yeah, they get a little tube. But all of her stitches are like inside, not on the outside. And I was like, what? They do that now? And Rocky's taken to her. Like Rocky's being cool as hell. Like I think he's just like, I'm old and I don't want to mess with her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, he does like, because at first he was hissing at her. He doesn't do that anymore. And they like sit like together. It's cute. Yeah, I saw that. Elizabeth Smart, she was talking about Nancy Guthrie. Yeah. Well, of course, Ladybug. She was gone for what, 9 months? Wasn't it 9 months? She was, and they made her look like she was Muslim. I believe it was Muslim, like that. They just had her dressed like that, and so nobody could see her face because everybody in the world, not just the country, everybody in the world was looking for Elizabeth Smart. Remember, ended up being the guy that came to that came to work on the roof, and her sister said it like in the first couple of days. Her sister thought or something like that. Like I remember her sister saying it. 9 months. Can you imagine that? Just snatched from your bed. The one place that you should feel safe. She's smart. I mean, she's she's strong. She's very strong. Very, very strong. So tomorrow I think we'll do like either Idaho or Kristen Smart. If we don't do Kristen tomorrow, we'll do it on Monday. Because I want to I think that's a interesting case to go over. I think there was something else up here. No, there wasn't. That was it. Yeah, that was it. That was all I had to tell you. But I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day tomorrow. I hope you have a good time with your kids, Ladybug. I hope they, I hope you just have a great time. I hope your food is excellent. Your service is excellent. Your everything. Everything's excellent. I hope when you open your eyes tomorrow, the sun's out, the birds are chirping, the eaglets are there. No, I really do wish you guys all a really happy Mother's Day. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Crystal. I'll look at it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I saw something about Betty Broderick. But that's sad. Those videos they play, they're like the then and now, like the AI videos. They're really cool. I love those. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like AI videos. Like I don't like when someone's talking and they're AI. You can tell because their words don't go together right. And they're not on screen. But I do like the before and afters of like the actresses or like famous people or whoever they do them on. I think it's really cute. They can actually download an app and you can do that with your family member, like that's passed. And like you have to pay for it though. Like I don't know. I could probably find a free one for you guys. Maybe I could do that. Oh, let me give you the link to this video. So you guys, shit, I forgot to do that earlier. Let's do that. I'm like, shit. Because this is a good video and I know you guys would probably want to watch it. It's a long link. I don't know why. Well, I'm glad. I don't like AI narration. But it is very common, especially in true crime. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just in general, if you think about it, guys, like, and I was going to go over this on my my second channel. There are not a lot of creators, and where I'm like, that I see, because I don't see a lot of true crime creators. A lot of times, like I hit the do not, like I'm not interested or whatever. But like the people that I do see on my For You page, a lot of them don't even turn their camera on. Like they just are always just talking behind their camera. Like, or like, I'll show you like this, like they're behind their avatar. And I can't do that to y'all. I mean, I don't know. That's just when I did have to have my camera off like last week, because I had a black eye and stuff. I look crazy. I was swollen. I felt so weird. And I kept looking at the camera and I was like, it's not on. So I am going to start doing like, not narration, but it will be like documentary type of videos. They're going to be more pre-recorded. And they'll be mixed in, like I'll have lives and stuff too. Like if there's like document drops, you know me, we're going to be looking through them tomorrow, or through this week, actually. Through this week, we will cover the Idaho document drops that we were going through. You know, they're talking to the sheriff or the chief of police over at WSU. They were pretty good, I thought, and some of them were kind of funny. We'll go through those. I think some more FOIA requests are coming in, and then there's some different interviews that we haven't watched. But other than that, I think we're caught up with everything. Like, so, I mean, not like caught up, but you know, I don't think that there's anything that's like, oh my gosh, I have to tell them. Wait, what's this? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Betty Roderick. Yep. Was not okay. Never mind. I was trying to read. See if there's anything I want to tell you guys, but I don't think there is. Who is this guy? Convicted killer uses his first public words to blame the victim as final appeal is denied. Well, I'm glad it was denied. And you look freaking scary. Well, where's the picture of him? It's interview with a killer? Okay. I'm going to show you this picture before we leave. I'm going to scare you guys before I let you guys all leave tonight. This guy's a jump scare. Look at this guy. What happened to his nose? Did someone bite that off? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Someone bit that shit off. Yeah. 80, yeah. Can you imagine being in jail for 8? Being a prisoner, yeah. This video's gonna be the creeps. Oh yeah. 7 more likes to 50. Hit that like button for me. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to edit the stream after I get off here. So I'm gonna jump off here and I'm gonna do that. But I'll see you guys all later tomorrow, or tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good evening. I hope you have a great Mother's Day. And if you're not a mother, or if you are and you know you don't have anybody like there to celebrate you, celebrate yourself for the day. Do something nice for yourself. Even if it's just like taking a bath and just like turning off the TV and the YouTubes and the putting on some like nice calming music, candles, take a bath, you know? Do something like that. Do something nice for yourself. Make sure you guys do. Because I'm going to be asking you tomorrow. There's going to be a pop quiz. Like, what'd y'all do? What'd y'all do? But I'll see you guys all tomorrow, or I'll see you guys on Monday, whichever you guys can come into the live. But if I don't see you, Ladybug, tomorrow, have a happy Mother's Day. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye, guys.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't want to be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory, yeah. Don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring, just want a life that is worth every day exploring, My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement, yeah. There's no replacement for persistence, it's a patience, yeah. In this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be.